Okay, so proceeding to our lecture, suppose we had given you certain questions, right? Suppose we have to solve something called as a radius of a circle. Okay, you have to take an input of the radius of a circle and then you have to calculate the area of the circle, right? So we know how we would solve it. So first of all, what we would do is we have to write the class name. You're creating a class called area. Okay, then you're doing something like this and you're taking the input of the radius. So the radius would be double because radius can be in your integer as well and in your float as well, right? It can be 5 centimeter also, it can be 5.5 centimeter also. So you took the radius. Now you have to calculate something called as area, right? So we know for area we need the radius, so we got the radius from the user. Now your area will be also double data type. Why? For area you have to take the variable now as AR. You cannot take as ARE. Why? Because already ARE is the class name. Cool. So you took a double area and here only in the same line while declaring only you can also calculate it. How you can calculate? You can put it 3.14 into R into R. You cannot write pi, right? Because pi does not exist in your keyboard. Pi does not exist in your keyboard. Okay. So you'll have to use this value. Suppose you are using 22 by 7, then it is wrong. You have to use 0.0 somewhere. I have explained you in the last video. Okay. Cool. So once you calculate it, so you see how flawlessly it is going. Here is your input, here is your calculation, and here is your output. And then you will simply say system.out.print area of circle equals to plus AR. And then you will close both the brackets. So this is how you would do it, right? Similarly, suppose we are asked to convert the temperature into Fahrenheit. So obviously your you created a class called temp. You took the temperature in Celsius, so double C. It will, because temperature can be 33 also, 33.6 also, right? Then you have to take a variable called F for Fahrenheit calculation. Since your input is double, obviously your output will also become double. Okay, and then you have the formula as 9 by 5 C plus 32. So you will write it properly. So 9 by 5.0 you can put into C, this whole into one bracket and then plus 32. Or you can simply give the whole value of this 9 by 5. The whole value of 9 by 5 is 1.8 into C and then plus 32. Cool. And then you can give your output the temperature in Fahrenheit equals to this. Okay, there is no need to write ln here because you are only printing one line. Okay, so this is how you will do your certain questions. Okay, so now what we are trying to do is, now we are trying to go into something called scanner class also. So there will be this question which we will solve with both the classes. Okay, so that you are understanding scanner class as well. Okay, so what is the question here? So here the question is, write a program to input the name, age, gender, salary, phone number of a person. Then you have to put a tax of 5% and then print the final salary with all the details. So we know how to take input. We know to take input via functional argument, right? Functional argument. So directly from the command line, you're taking the input. Okay, so what you're doing? So first you have to take name. So for name, you took a variable called nm. And we know that name will be string data type. So string, then you gave a comma for the next thing. Age is your int age. Similarly, gender will be your char. Why? Because F and M you are going to put F for female, M for male. Then you will have salary, double. Okay, and then phone number will be your long data type. You see, so this example I have taken so that you are now acquainted with all the different data types. Okay, once you got all the information, what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the tax. So you will take double T for tax calculation. You cannot take tax. Why? Because the tax is already the name of a class. So how you will calculate tax? It is saying that you have to put tax of 5% on the salary. So 5% into salary, whatever your tax is, 5 by 100 into salary, which means what? 0.05 into salary. Cool. And then you will have to calculate the final salary. So what will be your final salary? Double FS. Your final salary will be what? Here, see, here you have declared tax, here you have declared T above. Okay, you have declared in one line and calculated in another line, and here you are doing both the things in one single line. You are declaring the variable also and you are calculating also in the same line, salary minus tax, and then you have to display all the things. So how to display? System.println the name of employee equals to plus nm, the age equals to plus age, the gender equals to plus G, Similarly, it will go all, and you will put it. Cool. So once we are acquainted with this, we will have to go to something called as scanner class. Okay.